What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. No real plan for today's video. Just came out hanging out with a friend. We've come out to the dealerships. We're currently at McLaren Toronto. We'll head up some of the other ones. As usual, they got some cool stuff laying around. So like I said, no real plan today's video. Just kind of walk around, see what we can see if there's something new to check out. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today. We might be meeting up with another friend later to do some other car stuff. Not sure about that. But yeah, like I said, no real plan, just gonna kind of walk around the dealership, see what there is to see, and just have fun. Alright guys, so inside the showroom now, you can see we have the 720 LM in front of us here, and kind of the premier car spot, or like the show car spot. So the 720 LM, in a sense, it kind of sits between the regular 720 and the new 765 LT. You can see it has little things here, like the louvered front fenders, and it has the roof scoop on the top, and it has lighter, I think they're one-piece wheel, but it has lighter wheels. So this car is, I guess, a little bit more focused for the track than like the regular 720 S is, but it's not quite as hardcore as the new 765 LT. You can see if you come around the back here, you know, it still has the regular dual tip exhaust, nothing crazy on the back here like the 765. So like I said, it is basically still just a regular 720, except you can see there it's got those new kind of one-piece lighter wheels with maybe they'll tell it says Le Mans right on there. It's kind of an homage to like the GT3 cars, I think. No, like more of like a racing car. Inside the interior, you might not be able to see the wall over the camera, but you know, it has they see the regular seats in here, not like the crazy carbon bucket seats like you find in the 765 or even the 600 LT. You might be able to see there on the headrest it said the 25 years of Le Mans. So it's kind of to celebrate McLaren's racing history, because of course everyone knows McLaren has a rich racing history before they dove into road cars like this. But yeah, you can see, and it's all nicely wrapped up with a bow here, as is everything else kind of in the showroom. We are getting, of course, Christmas time, so if you have the money, you want to buy a pretty epic car, coming out of McLaren, get yourself a 720 LM. And then if you guys are looking for a center for someone for the holidays, you can now pick up these kind of more miniature electrical centers. I think they're about $350, $400 Canadian retail. So, you know, if you ever wanted to buy a center, but you know, you can't afford over $1 million for the real one, you can always consider getting one of these. They're pretty decent size. I don't know how much weight they hold. I know they are basically meant for kids. Pretty sure I couldn't fit in one, but you know I would buy one and try it. But yeah, also check out the McLaren website if you guys want to pick this up, kind of a cool gift for the kids. You know, they can roll around town in their little McLaren centers. So just kind of finishing a quick run through the McLaren showroom today. We have the all-new McLaren GT in front of us here. I'm not going to go into great detail. If you want to see or learn more, I did film a video about a year ago when this car came out, so you can go check out that video. I'll link it down below. But basically, the McLaren GT is a new entry in the McLaren lineup. It's a completely different lineup. It doesn't fit really with any of the other cars around here, and it's basically supposed to be like the ultimate everyday supercar. And just quickly rounding out the showroom, guys, we have this full MSO black on black 600 LT Spider, so you can see black paint, black wheels, and the interior is completely blacked out, you know, basically except for like the seat belt clips in red. Everything on the interior of this car is black. Of course, it's the Spider version, not the coupe, so no roof scoop, unfortunately, which is probably the best option on here. But of course, the 600 LT, known for its top mount exhaust that shoots flames. Of course, you got the heat shield and the centerpiece here, and then the sides of the wings can either be finished in carbon fiber or the piano black like they are here. And again, you can see the entire back of the car completely blacked out. So, you know, whoever gets this, you gotta look pretty sinister and mean going down the road. And of course, with the 600 LT, one of the questions and concerns when it first came out was you have this top mounted exhaust. So of course, you know, if you leave it parked out in the rain, or you maybe washing the car, water's going to get down in the exhaust. Well, of course, McLaren thought about that, and I don't know if you guys will be able to see this over the camera. Yeah, you won't be able to see. But if you ever look at a 600 LT, look right down the exhaust, you're going to see about 3 or 4 holes kind of right where the pipe starts to bend, and those are meant for drainage. So, you know, if you get caught out in the rain or you wash your car, you get some water actually down in the exhaust pipes, you're not going to flood your engine, it's going to drain out, and you're going to be just fine. And then just moving on, we have this all silver, just kind of, you know, regular 720S. We have the launch spec Ludus Blue 720S Spider over here. Of course, Christmas time coming, so we have a nice Christmas tree in the middle here. Moving over, we have a 570S Spider here, finished in white. There's another 720S Spider here. There's another McLaren GT, just kind of tucked over in the corner here. In the blue, I believe this is actually their kind of dealer demo run around car. We have another 570S Spider here in blue, and another 600 LT Spider kind of tucked in the corner here. So very full showroom right now, as the weather outside is kind of snowy and not nice. I don't really want to park these outdoors. So I think that's pretty much going to do it for the McLaren showroom. My buddy and I are just going to walk around a little bit, and then we'll head over to Faff Reserve, maybe pop over to Ferrari, go see at Lamborghini. I'm not sure if we're allowed to come in now with some of the new restrictions, but like I said, no real plan for today. We're just going to kind of pop around, see what we can see, hopefully show you guys off some cool cars, and just honestly just chill. So yeah, I could do it for the McLaren showroom. We'll move on in just a second here, and I'll show you guys what else we find at some of the other dealers. So I know it's kind of cliche, but before we leave the showroom, I've got to ask, if you guys could pick only one car that's currently sitting in the McLaren showroom to drive home today, what would it be? So to quickly just go over the recap, we have the 600 LT Spider here in the gray, we have the 570S Spider here in blue, McLaren GT in blue, 720 Spider in white, 570 Spider in white here, and then at the back there we got the silver 720, the all black MSO 600 LT Spider, the other McLaren GT, the 720S LM, and the blue 720S Spider. I think for me, honestly, if I can only pick one, I would probably go with that 600 LT, just because it's highly MSO'd option. There's never going to be another one exactly like that, and the 600 LT is kind of the ultimate track weapon. So I think for me, that would have to be that one. I know you guys all know I love blue, so you probably expect me to say that 720S, but I think just for what it is, the 600 LT is just a little bit more special, so that'll be it for me. Alright guys, so we made it over here to Faff Reserve and tuning, and greeting us out front is this pretty epically spec'd up, or I guess optioned up Jeep Gladiator. So this kind of gives you a taste of what you can do. I believe most of these are like Mopar Jeep products, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but yeah, you can just see it's not just a standard Gladiator. It's got the full removable roof. Looks like it's got a bit of a custom interior there. It's got the snorkel here for going through the water. It's obviously been lifted up. It's on Fox shocks. It's got huge big tires. Don't know what size they are, of course, but you got the winch up front. You got the extra lights up there. You got the little light bar up on the hood. So yeah, you got the little rack in the back where you can hang all your gas cans or other stuff on the side. The bed's currently full of snow, but you can see the little Thule rack there for like your skis or snowboard. So yeah, pretty epic what you can do with these cars. And like I said, I don't know if these are aftermarket or what, but I know the kind of the Mopar, the Jeep, the Ram catalog, you can do a lot of this kind of crazy off-road stuff right through them. So yeah, this is kind of, if anybody wants a really highly optioned up Jeep Gladiator, come visit Faff. And then we go from the Jeep Gladiator over here, which is basically highly optioned and aftermarket stuff, and we go walk right over here past the Toyota TRD Pro, which is cool, but we want to talk about this. The Brabus, as it turns out, Mercedes 4x4 squared. Now, of course, this is kind of what Mercedes built in the factory. Of course, then Brabus takes it, tunes it up to even crazier levels with power, and some others mods like the carbon fiber on the side fenders here. But yeah, just to think that basically from factory Mercedes builds this monstrosity, and then you can buy a Gladiator and tune it up like this. So money no object. If you guys have to decide which you'd rather take, 4x4 squared or the Jeep Gladiator all built up like that, I don't know. I think for me, I definitely, see, my buddy Bart's saying definitely gotta go for a 4x4 squared, and just again for the sole reason like the 600 LT, this is more special. They're gonna build a lot of Jeep Gladiators. Not everyone is gonna look like that. They only have built so many 4x4 squares, so when you see one, it's a bit more of a special occasion. And especially this one being a Brabus built one, it's even more hardcore than the already Mercedes factory cars. So before we hop in the showroom, there's a couple of AMG GTRs here that we're going to look at. Now, I didn't know this one was here, but this one's completely cool. This is an AMG GTR, but it's powered by Rentec, as we'll see on the back here. So for those who don't know, for anyone who watches Shmi 150's videos, you'll probably be really know what Rentec is. But Rentec is basically, I think it's a European-based company, and they're kind of specialized in tuning AMG models. So I don't know what package this car has on it, But I know if they go really extreme, no, these cars can push 800 plus horsepower. I'm guessing this has some pretty serious power, given the fact that it has some other upgrades too. Of course, Rentec does all the engine upgrades. But then you get little things like kind of little flicks along the side here. You kind of get a more aggressive side skirt here, and you get this new kind of two-stage wing on the back that provides more downforce than the standard wing, which I'll show you in a second. The other car, but yeah, this thing is absolutely insane. And I would bet it sounds pretty good too. So before we head in, as I said, there's a couple of AMG GTRs. So here's kind of the more traditional one. So you can kind of compare with the Rentec one. This is kind of the original launchback, the Green Hell Magno, they call it. Absolutely, like, if I won the lottery, I'm buying this one. But there's also another one in the showroom that I want to check out, which is a pretty rare color that not a lot of people have seen. I didn't even know existed. But yeah, you can see with the Rentec upgraded car, you can see, you know, on the base car, there's no flicks on the side. You know, the side skirt is more tucked in, and you kind of have the more regular single piece wing, which you could option to carbon fiber. This one isn't. I know I have a friend, I've seen his car back in the summer down Niagara, who has all the carbon options. But yeah, it's just kind of little things like that, and you can see there. And obviously it's just a standard one, not Rentec. Not that these things are a slouch in power, but if you compare this car to the Rentec car, yeah, these almost seem slow at that point. But yeah, the AMG GTR, again, kind of one of my favorite cars. And I remember when this car first came out, I was never really a fan of green on cars until I saw this one. I was like, this just works. Like, there's no other color for this car. But once again, there's another car in the showroom that we're going to go check out in just a second now that I'd be really hard pressed. Like, if I had to come and have a choice, if I could take both, I'd take both. But if I could choose one or the other, nah, I don't know. And you guys will see in a second what I'm talking about. So we've come inside the Faff Reserve showroom now. And as I mentioned, this is kind of my dilemma, AMG GTR. So this one is finished in the Zinno color China blue, which I know it's not really going to come across on camera well at all, but trust me, it's almost like a sky blue. It's really, really nice. And if you guys know me well, you guys know I love my blue cars, so that's why I say I'm really hard torn between getting something like this, which is kind of super obscure. I don't really know how many cars they made. If I find it, I'll put it up on the screen somewhere, but I know this is the Zinno color, kind of similar to, you know, like Lamborghini's Personam or like Porsche's PDS system. This wasn't kind of a straight from the factory color, kind of like, you know, the Green Hell Magno or even just regular black was. But yeah, this is where my dilemma comes in. You can see it's got the carbon fiber mirrors, carbon fiber roof, and the full carbon fiber wing with the diffuser and carbon fiber as well. But yeah, this is where my dilemma kicks in, guys, because like much as I said I really love the green car, you guys know how much I love my blue. So if I had to choose between just these two cars, which one would you take? This kind of the more special blue car or the kind of more regular, if you will, green car? And to quickly round out the kind of the showroom tour over here, beside the AMG GTR and the China Blue, we have the Dodge Viper TA. Now, at first glance, it does look like an ACR, but this is essentially just a kind of a base model Viper with some extra aero upgrades. It's not quite as hardcore or as quick as the ACR, you know. And actually, in fact, because of all the kind of the aero and downforce upgrades, it's actually slightly slower than a base model Viper without the wing or anything on it. But TA, as you can see here, TA stands for track attack. So while it's not going to be kind of as hardcore as quick as the Viper ACR, you know, it's mildly faster than the base Viper. But again, you got to consider it's a track attack car, so you know you lose a little bit of top end performance for more downforce and track times. But if that's what you're going for, that's obviously what the car is built for. But yeah, at first glance, it looks like a ACR, but you see some little things like the wing isn't quite as big on the side. Obviously, there's no ACR badge on the side, and you can see the flicks and stuff are less aggressive, and you know the ACR kind of has a supported, bigger extended front splitter, which this one doesn't have. So you can tell this is more just like a base Viper with some aero upgrades. Beside that, we have just GT3 RS. I believe we've actually seen this car before a couple times, kind of the all blacked out GT3 RS, or is it a GT2? No, it's a GT3 RS. You can see, yeah, we've seen it before. It's kind of got the Porsche logo embossed in the wing there. It's got the carbon fiber roof, carbon fiber mirrors, the full carbon fiber hood. Yeah, pretty cool car. Actually, you kind of weld this guy's almost looks like a GT2 RS if you don't look twice. Of course, it's a 991.2 GT3 RS, not the 991.1. You can tell it's the .2 because it has the fender louvers. It's got the knocker ducts in the hood, and it kind of looks like a GT2 RS, except for the fact that there's no turbos on this car. Across in the GT3 RS, we have a Ferrari 360 Challenge Stradale. This one's been here for a while. I know we've seen this before on the channel. We have a GT2 RS actually this time, so you can see what I'm saying, how it looks so much similar, the GT3, with the knocker ducts on it, the louvered fenders. You know, it's got the carbon mirror, doesn't have the carbon hood. I believe this is some kind of a special PTS color. I'm not sure what it's called. It kind of looks like a acid green with some yellow mixed into it. I know it's not coming across on Canada well at all, but it's actually a really stunning green, kind of like a greenish yellow color. And you can see, yeah, there's not a lot to distinguish it from each other, but one of the ways you can tell, if you look at the back here, GT2 RS has these kind of other air inlets, so of course to feed air into the turbos, whereas the GT3 has a bit flatter, because of course no turbos, doesn't suck as much air in. But yeah, if you just kind of look at these quickly side by side, I mean, if you know, you know. If you don't know, you can, you know, easily mistake one for the other. And just quickly show you, if I run back over to the GT3 and show you the back of it, we can see here on the back of the GT3 RS how it's a bit more flat. It has some louvers for some airflow, but it doesn't have the inlets then, because this car does not have the turbos like the GT2 RS does.